Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 Hearts channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. What's up? What's up? What's up, all my good people? I know I'm a few days late with these reviews, but y'all some nosy motherfuckers, so I ain't got to worry about that. I just wanted to make sure I came through with these reviews because we got some talking to do. We got some talking to do about Married to Medicine, and also we're going to do a live review about Potomac because we got some things to do. So today we are reviewing season 11, episode 4 of Married to Medicine, and the episode is called Flannels and Fake Apologies. All right, so I know I wanted to be on camera for you guys, but I didn't have time to get all dolled up, so y'all just going to have to take me as I am right here. Y'all know y'all like my little porn star voice anyway. Anywho, let's get into it. So the ladies arrive at the Westgate River Ranch, right? And they are mortified about being at a dude ranch in Florida. And I want to be honest, I was mortified with them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't have did no dude ranch, nothing with no animals, no nature, no nothing else. So I was looking at them, in particular Dr. Jackie, like Dr. Jackie, I'm with you, girl, because absolutely fucking not. Soon as they arrive, the staff gives them some purple scarves, and there's like these scarves is to signify peace and blah blah blah, right? And then they begin having girl talk. They all sit down to eat and they begin having girl talk, and they start talking about losing their virginity. And everybody at the table pretty much was like, it was not an experience for me. I did not enjoy it. And what the hell was that? And I'm not gonna lie, I feel the same, y'all. I honestly, if we being honest, I honestly did not start and I did not start enjoying intercourse until I was full blown grown, because all of my younger years when I was a young adult, maybe even up until I was about 30 years old, it was just like, I mean, I guess, but that also comes with being self-conscious about your body and just a number of things. So I know why I didn't enjoy it. Enough about me, right? So Toya here, Toya, you go, no, I loved it. It was the best. I was like, girl, you just a thought. So as she's saying all of this, Dr. Jackie was like, well, no, in her confessional, I didn't love it. It wasn't really my thing, and God bless. But Dr. Jackie also said something that I was like, all right, go, girl. Dr. Jackie said that she lost her virginity to her husband, right? Now, she didn't say my ex-husband. She said my husband, so I'm assuming she's talking about Curtis. And if that's the case, then that means that unless Dr. Jackie ever cheated, she's never been with any other man other than Curtis. And I admire that. I'm not gonna lie, I admire that because to be honest, really and truly, I wish I only would have been with my goddamn husband. I ain't need no other people that none of that what they did meant anything anyway, and I barely damn remember it. So anywho, and here here heavily on the side, yeah, because the first time I ever had sex too was with Dr. Daddy Damon, and that was the first time and only time in my one and only. Toya was like, yeah, okay, heavily bullshit. I was cracking up. So anyway, Phaedra asked, she was like, I want to know if we can do some positive affirmations, because she said she realizes that this group tends to live in the past. And she was like, well, I want to try to move forward and not have to deal with all of the baggage that y'all been through all of these years when my ass wasn't around, right? And really and truly, I don't give a fuck about, right? So Toya was like, well, Phaedra, since we're here getting to know each other, when we gonna get to know about you? What makes you tick? What gets your pressure up, right? So Phaedra is looking at Toya. She was like, bitch, why would I tell you that? Why would I tell you that? So in the meantime, Heavenly is there giving her little commentary. Just leave it alone, Phaedra. You ain't gonna win this one. And when Phaedra said, well, why would I tell you that? She said, well, why would you want to know that? And Dr. Heavenly said, so she can do it. I was cracking up, right? So Toya says, well, I think you're deflecting. And I think your reason for not opening up to this group is because your intention is to keep it on the surface with us. Um, I'll tell you what I think about Phaedra not opening up. Why I love Aunt Feifei. Y'all know I love Aunt Feifei. I tend to feel like Feifei may not, what Feifei says and does may not always be in alignment. And because of that, she doesn't want to get caught out there not being a woman of her word. Because 9 times out of 10, when you're a person that can't keep your word, that means you lack integrity. And she doesn't want to be looked at as one of those type of women. So I think for her, the less you know, the better. Because if you can see that I'm not always a woman of my word, or I'm not always honest, or I'm not always forthcoming with situations, then you will be able to call me on my bullshit. And I really think that Phaedra is not here on this show to be called on anything, because I don't even think Phaedra really want to be there. I think that Phaedra just wants to get her foot back in the door and be in the clear with Bravo, and she want to dip her toe in somewhere to see how the public will receive her. And she's not there for a long time. She's there for a good time, right? So I could see her being very closed in with them, closed off with them. But I also think she has some trauma from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because a lot of, before she came out, it came out that she allegedly told Portia all of that stuff about Candy. What she was saying was that she felt like she dedicated more time and more patience and gave more to the friendship she had with Candy than she did to her husband. So she may also be cut off from, building real relationships in the reality TV world, because she may feel like she's scorned from the last time. Who knows, right? So anyway, Toya said this group kind of dislikes when people come around and getting in other folks' business, and they want to withhold theirs. And Phaedra was looking at Toya. They clicked over to Phaedra confessional. Phaedra was like, listen, now I know you stay at home and you play tennis and you be bonbon eating and you a bird brain, but me, I got 9 jobs and 8 careers, and I work OT. And if you looking up some shit to conjure up with me to have an issue and to have a storyline, bitch, because you ain't got nothing going on but tennis rackets, you better go find your motherfucking other soccer mama Neela, and y'all do that bullshit. Because as for me, I'm a grown ass woman handling grown ass business. I was like, well, all right, Faye. She cursed Toy the fuck out in that confessional. And I know Faye has that side of her. That's what cracks me up, because she can be so shady whenever she's on the show. That's why I like having her places. I just feel like she doesn't clock in on Married to Madison. But anyway, anywho, if this cast was smart, they would see one of the main things that ticks Faye off, or that gets under her skin, or that she will show any emotion about, is Apollo. If they watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, then they would know the one area where you are poking the bear when it comes to Phaedra is when it's dealing with Apollo. Because I also believe that's why she kind of off Toya too, because Toya was doing a lot of inquiring about Apollo, and she also ran down on Apollo, right? In my opinion, I think that, I love Toya, don't get me wrong, but I think if she could get a hall pass, she would fuck Apollo. So anywho, in the next scene, you see the ladies being taken to where they're going to stay at on the grounds, and Bravo ain't shit. Every time they show somebody, they like Phaedra, attorney, Contessa, occupational medicine, Jackie, OBGYN. But then when they show Quad and Toya, Sweet Tea, they just giving their name. I said, Bravo, the shade of it all. You could list them ladies' occupations as well, even though they ain't doctors. Right? So then they're exploring where they're staying, and Dr. Jackie is still mortified. She was like, listen, are we being punished? Like, why are we here? Like, this is so blasé. And I'm with Dr. Jackie. I heard other people on their videos saying things like, oh, these ladies think they're better than. No, some people are just not a fan of nature and the outdoors and the woodsman. Like, no, nobody wants to live like a cowgirl. Like, at least I know I don't. So I was with Dr. Jackie. You ain't got to be rich to not like that lifestyle, right? So anyway, Dr. Jackie and Heavenly get the gossiping, and Phaedra comes up. And Jackie agrees that Phaedra might be a little closed off, and if she does open up, maybe this friend group can do what Real Housewives of Atlanta couldn't, which is, at least that's what Phaedra said last season. So Jackie was like, she may have some hope. Leave her alone, right? So Contessa and Sweet Tea gather the ladies, and they go to the saloon. At the saloon, Toya is the pot stirrer and the shit starter, right? She starts calling Heavenly fake. She starts calling Dr. Jackie boring. And Jackie said, okay, bitch, well, let me clock your motherfucking tea. And I can say you also lack substance. So Toya was mortified when Jackie said that. She was like, no, Jackie, you have to apologize. And Toya, they have said this about you for a while, right? And while once again, I love you on the show, I'm starting to wonder if it has some truth to it, only because remember last year when you were doing the whole wine business and all of that? Why aren't you discussing that? Why didn't you bring that back? So it seems like you don't really want to do anything but play tennis and be a housewife. And some people, I'm not necessarily one of those people, but some people can view that as, to some degree you lack substance, because if you had any, you would be doing something with it. I mean, I don't necessarily agree, because I'm not going to lie. I think that being a housewife is an occupation, especially if you're good at it. But that just really contingent upon who the person is, right? So Phaedra and Quad are together, and they getting ready. And it makes me sad because I haven't watched it, but I saw the other day that that Quad and Heavenly, they clocked in. That's what I'll call it. They clocked in. So it looks like because they clocked in, they're over on they're going around on this like promo tour talking about Real Housewives. I mean, Married to Medicine to try to big it up, right? And of course, Heavenly does her YouTube channel and so on and so forth. And I think she's kind of trying to get away from that YouTube channel. That's why she's going on this promo tour with Quad. But anyway, on the promo tour, you hear one part where Quad is talking bad about Phaedra, right? And I was just looking I saw a little snippet, I think it was with Big Tigger show, and I'm thinking to myself, it's a shame because in this part of the show, Quad and Phaedra are together and they give you a real freaking frack vibe. I promise you, they give you a real freaking frack vibe. They had on their booty shorts, they spraying each other up and down and pumping each other up. And so I think it's sad to see that the friendship fell apart. But I think it's even more sad that it may not have even fallen apart. Quad just might be taking the page out of Heavenly's book and going around dogging Phaedra out to keep the drama going on the show and to keep people intrigued. I mean, I'm not really intrigued about that part of it, but I guess. So, anywho, like I said, Dr. Jackie apologized, and then Sweet Tea chimed in, and she was saying that Heavenly owes her an apology. As soon as Sweet Tea said that, my eyes rolled so far back in my fucking head that they fell out of it. Because, oh God, so I watched a few people lives, right? And I see people going back and forth about what they think is happening in this moment. The bottom line is this. Heavenly is one of those people, and we have quite a few. She's not the only one. I happen to think Kenya Moore is one of them too, that she has in the past been rewarded for bad behavior. So all of the bullshit that she does, everybody sits around and laughs and they condone and they think it's okay. And in all fairness, I could see why, because it does push the envelope of the show, right? Now, at the end of the day, what I personally feel is Heavenly don't give a damn about looking like the villain because she just wants to stay on the show and solidify her contract. In all fairness, me personally, just because I'm not that type of person, I probably would find another way to secure my contract, but I think that's who Heavenly is. Now, when it comes to dealing with those type of people, you cannot anticipate beating them if you're not like them. So like case in point, you can't possibly say, well, I want Heavenly to give me an apology. Sweetie, she's not giving you one. She's not giving you an apology, Sweetie. That's not happening. And she don't give a fuck about being your friend because she never was your friend from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I just needed you to come around so I can solidify another storyline for the show to be able to keep going. So for you to think that she's going to have a heart and a soul and apologize for what she's done, Sweetie, it's not happening. It's not happening. And it's annoying when you keep trying to bully her into feeling some remorse for what she did to you when she has none. And if you have concluded that she's a bad person because she has no remorse for what she did, oh well, move on. But this constantly trying to push her to be what you think is a good person, it's not going to happen, right? So anyway, she said Heavenly gave her phony apology and then told Sweet Tea she also needed her to apologize, but that went nowhere, right? And then Quad and Phaedra showed up. Heavenly apologized again, and Sweet Tea didn't accept it because she said it wasn't sincere. Heavenly said, you know what, baby girl, I'm done. I'm done. So now Contessa chimed in. When that happened, my eyes rolled again because I'm like, oh, Lord, Jesus Christ. Once again, too many expectations for Heavenly. Heavenly is not who y'all need her to be. She's here to entertain and make the show keep going. Leave it alone, right? So then they decide to move forward with line dancing lessons, and Sweet Tea said this is right up her alley, and she's here to bring the youthfulness to the group. Sweet Tea, absolutely not. Sweet Tea, absolutely not. You show up looking like the elder in the group, right? But you also act very young and it's not youthful, it's immature. It's immature and it's to some degree a little bit annoying. I was having your back last season. This season, I'm more like, oh, not today, saying right. So, anywho, they got through the line dancing piece and then they tried to force Heavenly to say something nice to Sweet Tea. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all leave them grown ass women alone, please. If they can't get along, leave them be. Attention is the worst drug. You don't even have to pay them no fucking mind. So, anywho, they get back to what they were staying at with their cabins or whatever those houses are at, and they are sitting at a bonfire, right? And Phaedra shared that she's having a photo shoot tomorrow, and that Toya is going to be the creative director, right? And Toya stance is how she's going to approach the photo. Blah, blah. I like Toya stance and how she's going to approach the photo shoot inspiration. Jackie and Simone is like, listen, we can't sit out here by this bonfire, so we gonna head on inside, right? And when they went inside, they left Heavenly, Quad, Contessa, and Phaedra at the bonfire. And Quad makes an attempt to heal the friendship between Heavenly and Contessa. And oh God, this is gonna be draining. If this is going to go on all season, this is going to be draining. Because at the end of the day, I would rather see Contessa say square up ho, as opposed to trying to force them to be friends. Because if they wanted to be, you wouldn't have to force them, right? So Heavenly prefaced the conversation that there's not enough hours in the day for her to be worrying about all of these women and their emotions, right? Once she did that, Contessa checked out a trying as well, and they turned the mirror on Quad. Contessa was like, listen, you need to worry about what you and Simone got going on, right? This has nothing to do with you. You need to worry about what you and Simone have going on, because Contessa could see Heavenly wasn't in the space to heal anything. And my whole thing wasn't Contessa mad at Heavenly, so I thought Contessa wouldn't be in the space. And looking at that made me peek at them, because y'all always act like Heavenly is such a bad person, but right now you're so open to re-engaging with Heavenly when you're always acting like she's the villain. So it's like, okay, girl, if you gonna kiss her ass after she do bullshit to you, then you can't be mad when she does bullshit, right? Contessa, stand on business. It's not like you don't have nobody to be there with if you're not friends with Heavenly. No, you and Sweet Tea and Phaedra look like y'all trying to, form your alliance. Do that. I just was telling my friend the other day, shout out to Magical Mo, make sure you reach out to her to get your trees done before Christmas and all of your Christmas decor. But I was saying to her, I was like, I personally like that Phaedra and Contessa is taking a stance with Sweet Tea, because I don't like on these reality shows when it's 5, 6, 7 girls against one woman, or 5, 6, 7 girls against two, right? I like when they even out the playing field and it's 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, because it looks very bullyish when it's all of them or 1 or 2 girls. So I do like that Contessa and Phaedra is like, we won't go on over to this side with Sweet Tea, and now she got 3 and y'all got maybe 3 or 4, and we can rumble and bumble this shit out, right? And y'all can also call them other bitches on their bullshit, right? The next day, everybody is preparing to go horseback riding, and Simone checks in with Sweet Tea to inform her that she's not making any headway with Heavenly, and Sweet Tea feels like she doesn't want to. This whole part right here, I saw, maybe I missed something, because I saw everybody saying on their review of the show that they felt like Dr. Simone ain't nobody friend, and by what she said, the Sweet Tea wasn't right. And I was like, well, did we watch the same show? Because what I got from Simone was that, sweetie, you're not built for Heavenly, so you need to leave it alone. And I think Simone sits in the seat. Y'all know that's my aunt, so I'm gonna have her fucking back even when she yelling. I think Simone can sit in a position to say that, because she bumbled with Heavenly. And she did not back the fuck down. She did not back down. Once Heavenly saw she wasn't backing down, she took her motherfucking foot off Simone's neck, and Simone took her motherfucking nuts off her back. So what I got from Dr. Simone was, I'm not telling you to kiss Heavenly ass or be afraid. I'm telling you that your bark ain't big as your bite ain't big as your bark, and Heavenly's is. And every time you're gonna try to bumble with her, you're gonna lose. So you might as well let that fight go, right? And Jackie tries to make headway with Heavenly in regards to Contessa. And she's telling her, like, I feel like you and Contessa could really find y'all way back. Y'all both love each other. Y'all have the potential to make the shit work. And Dr. Heavenly was like, girl, I'm done with Contessa and trying to make it work. I said what I said. She felt the way about what I said, but I only said what she told me, and da 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 da. Me personally, I was team Contessa with all of that, right? Which everybody else wasn't. I felt like, yes, I did tell you things about my husband that weren't so flattering. I absolutely did do that. I did that because I thought we were friends and I can confide in you. What I didn't know is that you would get on a live stream and now tell everything I told you, and then judge everything I told you for the world to see and allow them to judge me too. Because if I wanted it to be public, bitch, I'm on a reality show with you. I wouldn't have said it to you in privacy. I would have said it on the fucking show. So I got Contessa with all of that. Yes, I did say those things about my husband. I did, but I didn't mean for you to make it hot. I also got Contessa what Contessa was saying, because that's exactly what Heavenly did to Simone, which was, yeah, I told you I'm pissed off this motherfucker and went and quit his job, and now he digging in our fucking account for some stupid ass business ventures. Then he ain't put a dime in this motherfucker since he lost his fucking job. And now when I tell you this, you tell the world. Once again, bitch, I'm on a public platform with you. If I wanted the world to know, I would have said it myself. I confided in you because I thought we were friends. Now, while I hear all of that, I'm going to have to slap dog shit out of Dr. Contessa and Dr. Simone, because if it's not clear that y'all not friends, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Heavenly is not anybody's friend on that show, not even Dr. Jackie. Everything is to fit her agenda, which is to keep this ball rolling because this check is nice. And I'm not mad at her, right? So anywho, and then also I'm very familiar with this, because sometimes when people feel like they know what you and a particular person's relationship was like, or what it looked like to them, or some of the bullshit that they may actually let roll over their back, then they try to convince you to make it work. Leave me the fuck alone and fuck all that bullshit. I don't want to do it, and I'm not doing it. So anyway, the ladies go horseback riding. They play double dutch. They visit the pigs and the cows. I absolutely not. I'm sorry, y'all. Absolutely not. I'm not doing anything with any animals, anything with outdoors, anything with nature, glamping, camping, or none of the above. I'm sorry. So Sweet Tea didn't go with them because she said she was dealing with her menstrual. And then the ladies discussed some of how they grew up and their work experiences they had in the past. And then they were told to get ready because they're going to do the photo shoot next. Right? So Toya is going around taking inventory of the ladies' fits for the photo shoot. For the photo shoot. Number one on the list, I love the way the group gave Toya that creative control, right? Because I think that they got it. I think that they understand, like, listen, you may feel like she lacks substance and she's a nobody, but she has an area that she shines in. And I think she found that area within the group. And I like the fact that they allowed her to shine where she does. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was so nice. So Toya was going around and she was trying to bring her vision to life. She was like, listen, by the time I'm done with this cowgirl photo shoot, Beyonce gonna be calling me for the next Cowboy Carter fucking album cover, okay? So she was going around. She was like, I'm sorry, what is that? You take that off. I'm sorry, this outfit is an absolute no. I'm sorry, where do you think you're going? No. Okay, you killed it. You nailed it. You got it. Good. Right? So she went around to almost everybody's room. I didn't particularly see her go to Sweet Tea's room, right? But I felt like she didn't go to Sweet Tea room because they talked about Sweet Tea dealing with her menstrual. So maybe that's why she didn't go. I really can't say. But she didn't go over there, and then they just show Sweet Tea getting in the car or the drug, whatever that thing was, and Sweet Tea looked absolutely nuts. Sweet Tea looked absolutely nuts. I was like, oh no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I get it. You know, she was dealing with her menstrual. I don't want to judge her for that, but what she had on looked crazy. But either way, that was the episode they're going to show next week. They showed a little snippet of next week's show, and you see Contessa there posing and okay, girl. Anywho, you guys click the link. I'm dropping in the chat. Click the link. I'm getting ready to go live right now. Click this link because I'm getting ready to go live and I'm going to do my Real Housewives of Potomac review, and then I'm done for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here, please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bells so you can get all of my videos when they drop. Make sure you catch up on all this week's Dear DJs. One dropped yesterday, one dropped this morning, and one Dear DJ will be dropping tomorrow. Please click the link, click the link, click the link, click the link, click the motherfucking link. As a matter of fact, I want to see if I could add it. I wanted to see if I could add it to the thing. Click the link because I'm about to go right now and do my Real Housewives of Potomac review, and that's going to be that. If you want to send me a super chat, feel free. A Cash App, the name is there right there across the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go over and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac.